her, and I want to give gratitude to those in spirit that work with me, that work for love. And I've called in all the protections from everywhere and all the extra energy and spirit guides that are wanting to get this resolved. I'm asking those that come in the highest good to step forward and, to heal my body and not put more through my body than can handle, but to come forward and assist with your energy and make these visions clear so that we can do this. And I feel your presence. I feel it very strong, and I'm with gratitude to serve you and to serve God, to serve the highest good, to serve love and the light. And we already have Charles here, otherwise I'd invite him. He came here a few minutes ago, which is why I turned on my recorder, and my daughter Nicole and my dog that passed like 10 days ago named Xena. They're with me in this bubble, and that they often let Nicole be with me in this bubble. It's been a beautiful experience being able to share this with her and with Nicole, and I love you, Nicole. And they showed me Nicole and Xena earlier, so while I was meditating, I got to also be with my daughter and with... Now I'd like to invite the spirits forward and the council elders forward and all the angels and spirit guides and energies that work for the highest good that want to resolve this case. I'd like to open to spirit now and to communicate, ask for assistance in facilitating communication with Charles Vallow. Oh, I'm getting bluebells. So what? I forget that when there's nobody there, I just think I'm all the way there and I don't say anything. But so I was reminded, they were showing me these blue flowers and I was trying to figure out what they were, and they were showing me what they look like a close-up of a flower. And they're kind of longer at the part where the stem is down, stamen. The part where that is a little longer, elongated, I would say. And then they open. So I'll look up on the internet after. Yeah, I got that right. So I got chills. Yeah, so the spirits are already communicating with me. Okay, so I've seen the flowers growing up the side of probably the cabin wall, one of the walls of the cabin. It looks like it has like purple flowers growing up the side of it. They're really pretty. And that was mentioned by one of the ladies that came to my development circle / seance, what they're called. She had mentioned seeing flowers growing up like that. And so I was supposed to mention it again in relationship to this cabin. So it could either be on that outdoor garage or whatever, that building, the garage that's not connected to the house. Or it could be up the side of the house. But because I'm just seeing it up the side of the wall. I felt like at first it was at the side of the wall, but then when I started to say where it was, it kind of moved. So what that tells me is I'm not supposed to say the exact location, but just notice you might see that around the cabin. I'm seeing the slope down to the lake. They've shown me the slope. And the spirits are here strong. Oh, good. Hi. How are you doing? Well, I was really good, and I was already starting to get visions, and then I freaking couldn't figure out which number was yours on the phone. Then I started to almost have an anxiety attack because there's like all these phone numbers with no name, and then just fortunately I happened to hit yours. So no, I just have to take a deep breath and let myself go back in. I'll have to, cause I'm already like to that point where it's like you're halfway between spirit and the physical. And let's see, I could go over they're starting to just show me, I think, cause just to get me started. Are you ready to start? Okay. And then, let's see, I'm gonna make sure this microphone's near me. Okay, so, let's see. So what they're showing me was actually also something, well, they reminded me after, so I'll say it the way they showed me. They showed me the side, it felt like the side of the cabin. It felt like there's purple flowers growing on it, and like maybe like vine type flowers, really pretty purple flowers. But when, okay, I have chills on my legs, so that's probably, I should say that's correct. But the first, before I called you, when I started to say that into the recording, the flowers moved by the garage. So maybe there might be a little now and then by there too. I don't know, but I just got chills on my legs about the flowers by the cabin. After I had seen that, I remembered when in that development circle, the one that says seance for Charles, that one, this lady who had been coming there for like 3 years, she's a really good medium. She had mentioned purple flowers growing up the side of a building or a house or something. But they just showed me that, applying it to the cabin. So, and so they're showing me, Charles is showing me, and so he's probably going to show me some kind of connection. But what Charles is showing me right now is in Driggs, Idaho, we had thought we found, like, I guess somebody put in a bunch of names into the maps, and they all came up as this housing development that had not been developed, called Sweetwater Housing Development in Driggs, Idaho. Yeah, and so I got a chill on my leg about that. So there is a connection, so I'm just going to go with it. Okay, so it's in Driggs, Idaho, and apparently, and somebody who flies airplanes. Oh my God! I got chills all over this connection. Okay, so check this out. So all these people, they like to fly these little airplanes. So they all decide to make this housing development where they would have a runway strip and a hangar. And they had a lawsuit. Yeah, they had a lawsuit. Are you getting chills? I got such chills all over my legs right now. Yeah, they had a lawsuit against the local government because I guess wanted more money, or I just glanced at it, but it was something about that. And what happened was, even though they laid in all the streets of Driggs, or not of this entire, they laid in all the streets of the Sweetwater housing development, they all, somehow it got abandoned. So right at this point, all it is streets put in. And cool. Okay, so the energy is being pulled, so I'm just going to wait a minute and let that clear. Like there was a little more I was going to say, but they pulled the energy, so they want me to, I'm just going to let everything clear and let them start what they want. But this is exciting because, so they're bringing me back to the connection with the airplane, and I feel someone going up in an airplane, and there's a connection right there. So, remember, I mean, obviously, the airplane from the last time. So, the man who flies, is related to the Sweetwater housing. I think that's it. Yeah, because look, I got chills all over my freaking legs. I'm not kidding. Oh my God, I can't even believe this. Oh man, this guy, he's smiling at me. The captain guy, the guy that likes to fly the plane. He's nice. Yeah, see, these people, when you see them, are all going to seem like very nice people. He is gray hair, and he has a mustache, and he looks like a nice person, and he knows how to, he's a pilot. I'm not saying a professional pilot, I'm just saying he has to have a pilot's license because he's flying a little plane. Okay, so I wonder if they move to around Island Park, and then they do like charter things or something. See, now that's me totally wondering. I got a little spirit energy, so that it's not right, and I shouldn't guess like that. But let me clear everything and just let them put it all back in, and we'll connect again. And it's real exciting. Oh God, because I always wondered, like I had so much chills about Driggs and all that excitement, and then it was like we Yeah, we just like ran out of what connection and kind of just put it off, and it's like he just put it together with that seaplane there. So probably, they're giving me a chills on my legs about it. So probably the feeling of it is something in the lines of one of those people. And there's a bunch of people. There's like a dozen people or 10 people, or I don't know how many people are listed on that lawsuit. But okay, I've just put up a name in the middle of the night I got while I was sleeping for no reason, and I forgot, but it's up there written right now. And so, but anyways, and one of them said captain, and there was 3 names that I gave who owned the cabin while I was asleep, and I don't remember them now, but okay, I'm losing my energy, so that means they don't want me to continue this. What they want me to do is just continue to make this connection. So what we're going to do is build the connection, get more information about this man who flies. Because what he does is how they show me the connection, they show me him flying out of the Driggs area where the no houses are built, and then he's landing down around somewhere, and I'm not 100% sure it's Island Park. I just say that. It could be Rexburg, could be. I mean, he could do multiple kinds of planes. So I want to make sure not to put stuff in there, but for sure it's connected. This person from there is connected to there. So okay, so I'm gonna let that clear, and this is really exciting already. I already know it's gonna get easier every time. We're almost there. Oh yeah. Charles was showing me something really cool about that. I was having a little anxiety before, when I meditate, like, because you never know, right, how it's going to turn out. And Charles appeared to me, and he was on a polo horse, and he was like, "Don't worry, Donna, I got this." And just like how like it's well known that he played baseball in college or something, but he showed me that swinging arm, but he was swinging a polo stick, and he swung, and I don't even know if they really do that. So it's probably like a common. He did. Oh, did they play that polo game? Oh, they had horses. Okay, well, so anyways, what he showed me was he hit the ball through the field goals, and yeah. He goes, "Don't worry, Donna, I got this," and he just did that through. And then it was really cool. And then he showed me one other thing I forgot. And then I thought, oh, I just got to go set this up and get ready. And then even as soon as I lay down, they showed me the flowers. So I think they're just running me through this to build the energy again for themselves. It's like a stream of energy or something. And okay, so they show me the flowers, and then they boom me to Driggs, and then I'm like, okay. But then they show me the airplane hangar, and then they show me the airplane, and I'm like, oh, I saw an airplane last week, So this is real exciting because this isn't a seaplane. This one's a regular plane. So it's like this guy might have some kind of like airplane limo service type deal, or I don't know. I shouldn't that's me. I keep jumping ahead. Okay, so what I got was all the connections, and then I said about the airplane limo deal. But okay, so I'm gonna clear again, and then I felt really excited. Like, oh my God, there's only 10 people on that lawsuit. That's not gonna be hard to figure out. And I got chills on my legs again. Oh yeah. Well, they all did. No, they all did. That's why they wanted to build their house there around this little miniature airport they were building, and then the city was going to let them, and doing all the zoning in the middle of it. I believe it was an issue that the city wanted more money or something like that. Whatever. The point is, the lawsuit is easy to access on the internet. It's called Sweetwater Housing Development in Driggs, Idaho. I'm just going to let it all clear and see what they put. I'm seeing the dock. Where we were last week, where the seaplane was. So he's showing me the dock. There's a wood dock we walk on. I feel like, and I don't know, because so in mediumship, one location could seem the same as another location because there's no distance and no space and time and stuff. And so I say that again for anyone's benefit who's listening. even if I told you already, I don't know. But so the feeling of me that I have is that the dock is right next to this warehouse where the guy parks his seaplane, and that's where we are right now. And I feel like we're walking out to that boat again, that classic boat. We're walking to that classic boat again. And it's funny because I put several pictures up today about that similar boats, like, but I didn't see it that closely. And he's pointing me to the picture of the boat with the turquoise seats that I put on there. And it feels like that boat is most similar to the boat that this person owns, that this boat is docked. Or, I shouldn't assume he owns it, but it could be like docked right next to where he docks his seaplane or something like that. That type of thing. So I can't make that jump, but that boat is so freaking beautiful. But it is most like the one I put up, because I put up like 3 pictures. I said these are all similar. And he's pointing me to the one with the turquoise seats and giving me chills on my legs about it and most similar, no, he took the energy. No, most similar. That's most similar of the pictures I put up. That's his statement. Okay. That was pretty good. I felt like Charles, just, how when you do something good and you blow on you into your fingernails, like, phew, I did it. Like, phew, I'm like, good. Like that. He just did that. That's funny. Yeah, he gets stronger and stronger. If one spirit keeps coming through, they get stronger and stronger at it because they get good at it too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let me get back here. He's showing me the side of the warehouse. The side of the warehouse. I think he wants to show me the name on it, the logo. So what I'm seeing is, it's like molecules, and you can't make a mold into a letter or something. What I have a feeling is in the spirit world that you don't use numbers and letters anymore. You just use like visuals of pictures, and it's like trying to make a name out of molecules. It just melts like underwater. But it doesn't work. So we'll have to figure out a different way. But there's the side of that. I do feel like it's that kind of aluminum siding, like it's clean looking, pretty nice, clean looking, like the person is successful at what they're doing enough to have this place kept up. And it's clean inside. I have a feeling that, I don't know, but it's like I have a feeling of something that butcher table that I describe at the cabin, because he has some kind of sheet metal thing there. It's not a whole sheet. I don't feel like it's a whole sheet metal place because it's too clean. There's something. It's like I'll see this faint. It's not exactly. I'll see this like faint. Like maybe he has one thing where they do some sheet metal work there. Maybe they. Yeah. See, now I would be guessing if I said, oh, maybe they repair some planes too, or who knows. But I feel like maybe they. I have a feeling of maybe they made because I'm not seeing it like a vision. It's more like a feeling that of making that this undersink thing for this butcher table would be for like butchering moose or elk or whatever, big animals, or doing stuff with big animals. It's like this big sink tank underneath, and I feel like maybe they made it there. But it's like a feeling. Okay, so like I'm in there, and well, no, I'm not in there. I'm in the warehouse where they have the plane. But I just have a feeling of that. And so, let's see. He has me in this warehouse. We're just like looking around. Oh, we're going to look at the sign outside. Yeah. So the sign outside, it looks to me like the most I can say about it is there's a round logo with a long line through it, which I can draw afterwards. And it might not be perfectly round. It could be like a shield. It could be, it could have some different angles, but either way, there's a center thing and then two long things that come out from it. That's part of the logo where the words where it says the name of the business or building or whatever. That's kind of the shape of what the logo looks like. Like if you had say you had an orange and you drew a line through it, basically, but it could be jagged, it could be a shield, could be all kinds of things, but bottom line. Okay, so Charles is looking at me weird because I said about the orange, because he didn't show me the orange or anything. I think he thinks he was doing a great job showing me all the stuff he was showing me, which is true. But he's patient, and he has a sense of humor a little. Like, I could tell he's easy to get along with. So like I find him amusing. Like the Yellowstone thing, that's funny. But okay, so we're standing in the warehouse. So we looked outside at the sign. I can't read it. We're not going to try right now. And we're inside the warehouse. What I see is a very open area. Like if he has any little part where they do some little bit of sheet metal work, it's like off in a corner. It's not like a whole sheet metal factory. And then I feel like to the left is like some kind of enclosed office type thing, and then I feel like it's big open warehouse. It feels like, but the thing is, like I explained about mediumship, but to me it just feels like right off, if I was facing the water standing in the warehouse, right off to the right, that's where I could park my seaplane if I want to park it outside on the dock, at the dock. And right next to that, right by that, within one dock, is that just fanciest boat ever that's probably won awards, really. I mean, it's a head turner boat. Okay, so and everyone around someplace is going to go, yeah, I know that boat. I know that. Yeah. I have chills on my legs. It's powerful just because all we have to do now is look up. We've narrowed it down to 12 people. Okay. All right. I'll take that. Okay, so I know they might have relatives though, but it won't be so hard. It's very narrowed down, and we're gonna get there. Charles is just doing the 1-2 punch. It's funny because he put on a shirt that showed like his biceps a little bit, and then he showed me like a 1-2 punch. Like when I said we're gonna get him, and then you said yes we are, and then all of a sudden he did that, and he showed me a 1-2 punch. Yeah, it's funny. It's great. It's kind of a nylon-ish shirt. Yeah, because it shows his, because he works on keeping his body in shape, so it shows that off. So. I'm only seen him from the waist up, really. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, because I think it's just work, everything they have to do. So it's energy they're using. So a bunch of them, not just Charles. So there's ones all around me that are lending their energy for this. Okay, so that's Charles. Yep, we're going to the next place. He's taking my hand now. Like, okay, come on, you ready? We're going to fly to the cabin. Okay, I'll tell you how I feel I'm going, but I am notoriously bad at directions. I feel like I'm going slightly northwest from where this warehouse is, where the seaplane is. I feel like if we're going to fly there, I'm going to clear it to make sure, but it felt like I was just going, no, not from Sweetwater. No, not if we're flying from, I'm talking about one of the people from Sweetwater was on that lawsuit or part of that Sweetwater development. I feel that they're on the lawsuit, but I know that they're part of the Sweetwater development group. So whether they are on the lawsuit or not, we don't just give up on that list. We go to the whole group. There was a group of people. They're all pilots with pilot's licenses. They all want to build houses together and have their own little landing strip and airport. When that fell through, he moved probably to Island Park. Maybe he has things in Rexburg. Maybe he has different things where he chauffeurs people around the state for money, like a taxi by a little airplane thing. But that's a maybe, because they're kind of giving me a feeling of it, but I'm not seeing it 100%, so flexibility on that. But then I'm one of these people, and I have chills about that again. I end up in this other location where I'm running this business. And I have a warehouse. I keep my seaplane there, and I keep my seaplane by this fancy, fancy boat. I feel like from that location, now if I were to guess it was Island Park, that would say, oh yeah, we're there. But what if it's not Island Park? I haven't got confirmation about that. So from where this warehouse is with the seaplane, I feel that I'm flying northwest. Almost towards... I'm trying to look around Washington State. Is this Yakima? Is this Mount St. Helens? Seattle? I'm not supposed to be doing this. I have spirit and injury, but they're just like, no, we're not doing it that way. They got to do it their way, so okay. But I feel like from where the warehouse is, I feel like I go north. I fly northwest. If I'm flying to the place, not if I'm driving, if I'm flying. Northwest. I'm getting the ridge or ledge feeling again. I'm seeing like top mountain peak. Not to the extreme where I'm actually seeing the like little bit at the top, but I'm just getting that feeling when you're, the top fourth of a mountain or something like that. So when I say peak, I don't mean on the actual top, but just the top, the higher elevations, the higher parts. But I'm getting this ridge, peak, blah, 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 that again. Charles is so funny. Like, I feel like he's flying the plane, and he, like, made it bounce to get my attention again. Like, it's like yeah. But not in a bad way. It's in a way his energy feels so calm. His energy feels just so like he's just determined. Well, he knows we can do this now. He's saying we know we can fly. we know that we can do this, and it's working good. So, but yeah, I got a chill on my leg too. So so there's this lake up there. That's so weird. I don't want to be so specific and like just say I'm rolling everything else out, but I'll just say what I feel because I'm getting chills on my legs. When we fly northwest of there, we go over this mountain peak, and there's a lake in the middle of it, and it's long. It's long. It's a long lake. I want to make sure of what lake it is. Like, it feels like it's between two. I feel like let me let it clear and let him show me again. I'm just saying it just kind of feels like it's in between mountains too. It's like up into the mountains and between more mountains. So because a bunch of people were looking at that lake have gone today, but the thing is I don't know if I'm being directed kind of over to this other, almost like another 20-degree angle. But if this place was down at Island Park, then it would be, then go to Lake Kepagun, but a 20-degree angle over towards the west. But now I just have spirit energy, so I'm doing this out of my own perception of what they've shown me. And for all I know, it could be the Lake Kepagun. So we want to, again, I'm going to let it clear out and get where Charles is leading the show. I feel like there's like, well, everyone knows that there's snow up there. But I feel, I just see the snow. I see the mountain peaks covered in snow. I'm seeing it, but I don't know what they want me to do about that. Like, okay. Maybe I'm supposed to wait. Maybe he's waiting until I stop trying to figure it out. So just let him put it there, because it's like, yeah, it's just like, here's this lake, and I'm just like, where's the sign? It wouldn't matter anyway where the sign was if I can't read it. I am seeing the brown. I'm not of the cabin, but of like Smokey the Bear type signs. And now I wonder if he's showing me back to Yosemite. Yeah, so I think what he's going to do is give me another different way to figure it out, because it's like I'm seeing stuff all over the place. So he has me, I feel like he has me back. We're back going or near Yosemite. Not that necessarily feeling like we're going to do the whole trip again, but they pulled the energy again too. So that, let me just say it looks like a government sign. And I assume it's Yosemite. Oh, it's a government sign in the woods in Idaho. It must be Yosemite. No, I'm kidding. I'm being sarcastic. I'm like, it has to be named Bear. I'll tell you the line, ridge, bear, deer, meadow. Okay, so the spirit energy, I got little chills on the first three. These names keep appearing, but I don't think they're in the right order, because they were building up on the first three, and then I'm going to let it clear and see what they say. They're showing me the ski lift. And I feel like saying that's the line. But I feel sick to my stomach too, so I'm not sure. Let me see. Meadow. They're showing me the meadow. So they're showing me the line and going over the meadow. The ski line lift. Going over the meadow. Okay, now I'm seeing the next one I'm seeing is that black bear, which Charles said last time it's okay if it's a regular bear. But I'm seeing a black bear. And what's it gonna do? It's eating berries or something? I think they're just having me look into the black bear to let go of all my other thoughts, to let go of all my own thoughts and consciousness, and just stay out of it as much as possible. But so we have the line, the meadow, the bear, the ridge, and then I feel like saying view ridge. We might do a windy thing, because then I see the line again, like if we went on one of these cuts, or where they crossway cut up the mountain or whatever, because then I'm seeing, I got chills on my legs. So then, I got huge chills. This is it. That's why sometimes these have not been in the right order, because now I'm seeing the line again. Now, so I saw, and I'm seeing the line again. I was just at the bear, and then I'm seeing the line again. And then I'm going to go some more. I think I'm going to keep cutting back and forth. I feel like I'm doing that going up the mountain. And they show me this line again. They show me this, but it's what he's showing me as is an actual ski lift line. I think, well, now I'm seeing a zip line. See, that's the thing. That's why I think I'm not 100% supposed to call it and claim it. It's something, and someone's going to recognize it and put it together. Zip line. I see the ski lifts, which is the line. Before I saw phone lines, which is the line. But there's always line in there. And I got chills about that. And for some reason, I'm seeing now is I'm seeing the side of a mountain with these cutbacks. I'm just calling them that. I don't know what they're really called. And they just go a lot back and forth up the side of this mountain. But this line almost runs up the middle of where it goes back and forth. So if you took one mountain and drew the line from one side to the other, and then loop back one side to the other, and loop back one side to the other, going up one side to the other, but you're not trying to drive straight up because it's really steep, one side to the other, this line seems to almost go right up the middle of that. Right up over these switchbacks or cutbacks or whatever. Yeah. And then after I have this, I feel in this place of peace. And I'm getting meadow, but I also, right before meadow, got valley. I saw a valley, and it felt very peaceful, and then I got meadow again. So that's why these change order. And, okay, so I'm just going to let that ride and see if they add more, or clear it, and see if they put something new. I feel really good spirit energy. It's so... Oh, you feel that? Oh my God. It's so peaceful. It's... Oh, yeah, I almost feel tears. I feel like Charles is almost like got tears that he finally got something through to me that like this is important too. And it feels like, if it's Hebgen or if it's this or if it's Lake whatever, I just can't say, but when you fly up over the mountain peaks, this first row of mountain, there's mountain peaks that once you fly over those, then that lake is visible. And I got chills, but the chill's mild. I got chill mild, so I would say that's 80% correct. And there's something not 100% because the chills aren't just like, but it's stronger than spirit energy. And now they're pulling it, so they don't want me to say anything more about that. I'm getting a feeling too, time is of the essence. Time is of the essence, yes. Time is of the essence. And I don't know whether it's Chad trying to figure out, because what he's showing me right now is Chad, but he's making his eyeballs go back and forth in a way that they're probably not going out, but like, say in a movie when they're showing someone's trying to figure out if anyone's watching them, and their eyes dart from side to side. So Chad's trying to figure out if there's any possibility of undoing this, or if there's anyone he could trust to be a co-conspirator. If I, all eyes are on him or whatever. But so they're showing me Chad. What they're showing me, and I got chills. Now I got really strong chills on this. I got chills all the way up to my waist about this. Chad is busy in his mind trying to figure out how he can circumvent all this and how he can make them, hide the parts or do something, try to go do something. Because, and the message for Chad is, there is nothing you can do that they cannot see. There is nowhere you can go that they cannot see. You will be held accountable very soon. Now. And no, this message is from these ones who wear hoods, who have come in extra for this purpose. And this message is directly from them to Chad. There is nothing you can do and nowhere you can go where you are not seen. We see your soul. It felt kind of like we see through your soul or into the eyes of your soul. You are condemned. Like, it's like, ooh, like resolution. Like, there is absolutely nowhere you can hide. There's nothing you can do. This is resolute. This is resolute. And now I actually have more chills than I ever had in my life, because they're actually in my abdomen. They're in my head, my arms, my legs, my back, and even my abdomen. I've never even had chills there before. So that's really intense. I'm just going to let it rest and subside and bathe in it and see if they have anything to say more, or just for a minute while it winds down. I'm just going to rest for a minute and let anything else, okay? Okay, Charles is still here, but we just have to let that energy kind of pull back a little. But they are tall, and they wear robes, and they are resolute. And always I feel like saying with them, we are legion. You cannot run, you cannot hide. There's nothing you can do. The chills are just building again. It's just like crazy. I want to use their words. These are my words. I'd be like, you're done for. But it's like, that's my little words. I want to tap in with them. Is their words are everything I said besides you're done for is them. Is them. These ones have been coming in for these readings, and they have energy, and all I can say is they are resolute. That's the only word that seems to even fit. So I'm just going to lay here a minute and let the spirit people run the show. As far as I don't want to keep talking now. I just want to go into a trance and be used how they want to use me or whatever. It's so interesting that I hear a motorcycle outside. And so that tells me that it feels like they're handing it back to Charles. It's so, because it's like right when this energy, it's like this mound, or I'm just encompassed in this, and their energy is good, even though what they're saying to him was severe. Their energy for me is actually like I'm floating in good energy, so I'm fine. But as soon as I'm like, okay, and then whatever you guys want to do, and then all of a sudden outside for real life in my house, physical life or whatever, there's motorcycle starts up or going, and it's going around outside. I can still hear it. It's so funny because I'm like, first I brushed it off, but then it kind of kicked up and went around, felt like it went around again. And then I'm feeling like it's Charles again. So they're clearing, but the energy has to kind of clear. Their energy is clearing, and Charles is forward. Charles is like front again. It's like there's a circle of them, and then like Charles, Nicole, my daughter on my right, and Xena now is on my left, and then Charles is in front of me, and then all the other spirits stand in a circle around me. Or it's like that's how it is, and those ones have come in specifically for this purpose. They've been here. I haven't mentioned them because it's already hard enough for a lot of people to wrap their head around. But they've been coming in on some of these readings, the last few readings about this, and so their energy is just really powerful, and it's still there. Charles is still there, but we just have to I think I'll just go blank and see where they go, because I know they want Charles to start a big. Charles is standing there, and they're like a third bigger than him. So it's really strong energy. It's just really strong energy, and it feels good. But can you feel it like this? It's like a peaceful lake or something. Like you're floating in a. It's peaceful, but it's a non-negotiable feeling. So they have stepped back though. So they stepped back, but their energy is so strong. And now then we got to have like Charles is still standing there and stuff. So I'm just gonna let it clear and try to like focus on Charles. They want me to focus on Charles because they've stepped back now, but I think those are the ones that the lady saw with the light when she saw the hermit card, and then she saw, yep, I got chills. That's who she saw. She saw these ones. Because she was talking about seeing someone with the light, and she saw the hermit card, and that's in relationship why she saw them, and I have chills on both legs. That's such a trip. Way back that was at the development circle too, and that was a reverend at my church, another lady, reverend at my church, and so let's see. But we're with Charles again. But I see those ones there. They went back to the place they normally are. And then I feel like we're riding. Okay, so he's showing me on the topography of this mountain. I almost feel like we have enough to find it right there. But he's showing me on the topography of this mountain that it's not all trees. And because I've rejected, like people send me pictures, I'm like, nope, I saw trees, leave me alone with your bear mountain pictures. And I'm kidding. But, so he's showing me that not. I know, isn't that funny? He's showing me that the mountain. He's showing me some bear mountain. Like there's parts with mount. Oh, not the bear animal. Finally a different bear. In the state of Idaho, there's less than 10,000 streets named Bear. Oh my God! No, I'm kidding. So let's see. Charles Vallow is like, you tell them that message. That you tell him it's not that the message is from Charles Vallow saying that, but Charles Vallow has a message for you, Chad. But it's like when a smaller dog barks and wants the little bigger dogs to say something. But Charles didn't bark and say. I mean, those ones came forward. That wasn't my volition. They came forward to say their thing. But it's like. It's like, if you were say if you were a littler kid and the bigger kids, and then the bigger kids did something, and then you're the littler kid and you go, yeah, like that at Chad, like, but now Charles is mad. Yeah, Charles is mad. No, he's showing some anger, but that's towards Chad, not towards me. He's showing. Oh yeah, he's furious. He's angry. He's showing some anger about that, and that's okay. That's normal, and he should. And yeah, he's very he holds Chad in large part of responsibility for a lot of this and quite a bit of this, and so. And I'm getting chills. So quite often I feel like, or I even make statements like it's 100% Lori driving it. And Charles wants me to feel that Chad is an equal. It's pretty close. So Chad is of his own volition a driving force. And, it's his looks. Then he shows me these, boyish looks. See, so nobody looks at that face of Chad and thinks who he would do all these horrible things like smash his neck on JJ's throat with his full weight of how big and heavy he is. I mean, people only need to know this. If anyone thinks why talk about it, I say this. Or people need to know what Chad has done in order to come forward, because as long as there are mixed messages in the air, and I have chills so strong on both of my legs, it's not even funny. Like super strong chills. Those who are hesitant or doubtful will stay back and stay silent. That's from Charles, I think. I feel. And that's what I've been feeling the last few days from him. The part where I was just talking like that, that feels 100% like what his statement is. So I'm going to let that clear out and just see what else. He's showing me Chad again, so he's showing me Chad again. And again, I have this feeling, but first there's some part of me where I don't see it, so it might not be right, but it's really weird. I keep getting this feeling of checking into Chad's connection with this pilot. And this pilot giving Chad a ride, but at the same time, I don't see it. Like I'm not there. Sometimes they have me there, right there, where I'm standing there watching everything and seeing everything. I don't have that. I have this feeling of something, and I don't even have chills about it. So I went off track, but I'm seeing Chad in an airplane with this guy, but Chad's not in the pilot seat. And Chad, they're just like, they're showing me what I'm seeing is I'm seeing the airplane. I'm seeing the white airplane with the I feel like it has like this mustard color, like if you had two, you would call them pinstripes, but they're thicker stripes, like maybe a yellow and a mustard color, or a gold and a mustard color, or just something like that, but mostly white. And I feel like maybe Chad would be interested in an airplane if he felt comfortable in them, but to me it feels like, I don't know if the little plane makes him feel claustrophobic, but he doesn't feel comfortable in the little plane. Now I don't know how he is in big planes, but in the little plane, to me, he has a feeling like he's claustrophobic. So I said what I need to say about that, and so I'm letting it clear to have another one, okay? They're showing me someone eating at a restaurant. They're eating at a restaurant where there's red plastic baskets, like where they would serve your burger and fries or whatever, still in a red plastic basket with where they put the little piece of paper and they put the burger there and the fries. So, and how I'm feeling it, and a lot of this times, okay, in mediumships, it's much easier for them when they can pick stuff out of your brain, which they can flash your entire brain in a second. That's how fast they can get stuff. But so it could be different than what I'm seeing, but I still say it just in case. So I see in this restaurant, it's like hard wooden benches. They're polished, so they would be like raw wood that was polished. They would be light colored wood, and it almost has that thing, and I don't know if they do that with a chemical or they actually do it, where it looked like someone burned it for just 1 second and then washed it off, let it dry, and then they put glossy varnish on it. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing a clock on the wall that has a little bit of when they have that little light they used to make signs out of. What's that called? When they make the open and close sign. If you're in the front of a business and a sign, it lights up. What's that called? Neon. Yeah. So in this clock inside this restaurant, like I feel like this is what I see. So maybe it's to give an idea, but it could be literal, but it could be just an idea of a place of like black and white tile floor, kind of 50s-ish, retro, like then there's a little neon circle like around in the clock, and that type of place. Yeah, so it's that type of place. And they showed me before, at least once. If you're driving there and you turn off on the road, right, one of the roads you turn off has a place similar to that. So I have spirit energy. This is not quite right. Maybe it's not, and maybe it's not that it's not right, but it might be just because now I'm talking and they're not putting stuff. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I let it clear and let it go back. But I was in that restaurant a minute ago, and see if there's anything else they want to say about that. Diner, maybe. Could be diner. You know, burger and fry place, whatever. Sorry, my necklace is getting caught up in this earphones. He's reminding me, or I don't know if I'm thinking of it. I think he's reminding me to send out, I made more transcripts, but he's showing me you and a couple other people that I just be sending these out to that I like. It's like I have gotten behind. Because it's like not just you or whatever, but it's this floaty energy. So maybe it's not even Charles. Maybe it's just spirit energy. I don't know. I'm going to let it clear, and it feels really good. The energy feels really good tonight. Do you feel that? It's like I'm floating. I feel like I'm floating, and it feels good. It almost feels like we can rest for a minute, because I just almost feel like, you know how when you just worked and then you finally did something and then you could just have some tears finally? Yeah, a little time to kind of just break down from the stress for a minute. So we're going to focus more on this lake. So he's showing me this lake again. He's showing me like little fingers going off on one side of it. It feels like little fingers go off. But it feels like this lake between the mountains. It doesn't feel like it's Island Park. It feels like it's up in those mountains. Yeah. So what he's telling me is he can't show me anything while I'm holding in my own image in my mind. So that's one of the, if I'm saying, is it Hebgen? Is it Hebgen? The reason he can't even answer is because the only way he's answering is with images. And when I hold an image of one thing in my own mind, he can't put a new thing in my mind. So that's interesting. See, you learn something new every day. So this is what he was just showing me. We could be like a team. Yep. Well, we are a team, aren't we? We all are. Yeah, it does. That's actually right. Why does he keep showing me? I think he's trying to show me the shape of the lake. Doesn't help me though, because then I just start wondering all the lakes I've seen up there. So I gotta have him clear this and figure out a new way to show me this, because I'm not getting anything by just looking at a lake. I'm seeing a boat launch. So it looks like this place would be big enough to have a public boat launch. I feel like I'm standing at the cabin and I see housing across. I have spirit energy, but I don't have like big chills, and I'm wondering why. So I'm gonna let everything clear out and don't see if I lost my connection or what happened here. You know what? I feel like that's what they want to say right now. Maybe they don't want to dilute the thing with a whole bunch of extra stuff. Now I got chills. I think that they feel. How long has it been? Do you know? An hour and 2 minutes. 62 minutes. That would have been their shortest reading ever. What does it say? I got chills. So what he's saying is they said everything they needed to say for this time. And I got big chills on both legs. So what they needed to say for this time they've said. And it's the stuff they said that is very important. He doesn't want to dilute it by going over and over and over. So I will edit out the silence, any silences, and or any references, and then I will, references to like you or whatever. and then put it up. And this message is for Chad in there too. Very important. See, like, I don't even feel it now. Whatever even they said I couldn't repeat. They're back now. Oh no, well, it's recorded. But I mean, okay, so like the spirits that work with me, they're like in a circle around me, right? Those big hooded ones that have come in the last few times, especially because of this situation. They stand, yeah, they are very important, but the interesting thing is they stand outside of the circle of the ones that work with me all the time. And they stand there, and it's like they are overseeing it or watching it, or I can't even say they're not guiding it, but they're resolute. That's all I can describe them. They are resolute. There is no negotiation. I got chills on both legs about this. There is no negotiation. There's no hiding. I got chills on both of my legs. And you will be held responsible. And that's to Chad. And they're showing me Chad again. And that's the message to Chad. So, and with that, I'm so grateful to be able to serve this way. Like, and it just is a mind-blowing trip of a lifetime, and I'm in such gratitude and love, and I'm grateful to all these spirits that come in and facilitate this communication, and just to be able to help this way, and just to be able to serve. So, it's just amazing. Amazing. So I'll end it with that and say thank you to everyone. But I'm gonna turn off my recorder and talk to you for a minute.